Hello, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar. I guess there will be more people joining shortly. Okay, so my name is Alvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales for the company Greco. And then also I'm the general manager of the company. And I will be the person that will be doing the webinar today. As just to let you know, today's webinar is going to be recorded, so we can share the videos and also the presentation with all those people that were not able to attend but subscribe to the webinar. Okay, so as mentioned, we're going to be talking about all different solutions that we have for critical infrastructures. Okay. So first of all, we would like to discuss a little bit, well, we would like to do a brief introduction of ourselves. We are a company which was founded in 2005, and we are specialized in developing real-time image analytics, or we analyze images on real time. And then we are very specialized on thermal imaging. That is our biggest line of expertise. Hold on. Okay. Currently, we have over 30 different analytics developed up to date. So later on, I will do a brief introduction of all the different analytics that we can offer. We are a company that most of our sales goes internationally. So we have sold to 64 countries around the world. Our most consolidated areas are Middle East, South America, North America, Asia Pacific, and South Europe. And then also, I mean, one of the key advantages of what make us different from most of the companies that are available on the market is that we can offer the full chain of value. That means that we have our own R&D department, which is not just responsible for developing our own solutions, but also is responsible for adapting or customizing the solutions according to the project needs. And especially when we go to critical infrastructures, which in most of the cases are very large projects, the customization of the solution according to the customer requirements is very important. So this is one of our key advantages. Also, we have an integration department which is responsible for making sure that our different analytics can communicate or can work with different VMSs, alarm monitoring centers, access control platforms, and so on. Also, the price of our licenses includes the setup and configuration. So this is kind of like a turnkey solution for our clients. So for the system integrator, they just don't have to worry about anything. We will do everything for them. And then also we have the pre-sales department, which supports or let's call it like assist our clients to make sure that the deployment is correctly and everything is going to be working accordingly. And then also we have the after sales and the maintenance department, which is responsible for attending any possible incidents or any possible failures that our solutions might happen. We have different solutions. We have solutions for perimeter surveillance with thermal and day and night cameras. We have marine surveillance. In this case, we only work with thermal cameras. Also, we have our own VMS. We have two VMSs, one which is a traditional VMS, which is the Engaro VMS, and then also we have the Aware, which is a VMS with artificial intelligence. We will be presenting you this solution later on. Also, we have solutions for cybersecurity. We are more oriented into data loss prevention solutions. On the facial recognition for the access control, and then here we can do multiple things like demographic analysis, criminal identification, VIP identification, loyalty programs, demographic analysis, and so on. So we can do plenty of things here. Then we have on the automation and safety, we have a lot of solutions. This is where we have the most extended portfolio of solutions. So we have like the personal protective equipment, flame monitoring, transformer monitor, leak detector, catenary. These are the most demanding solutions. And then on the fire detection, we have two solutions, the temp threshold, which is for industrial scenarios, and Watchman, which is for wild forest. And then on the retail area, we have our business intelligence platform, which has multiple analytics under this platform that you can hire. But we have our own platform to manage all the different analytics. So okay, so let's start. We're gonna divide today's webinar in two big areas. One of them is gonna be the security area, and the second one is gonna be the safety, automation and safety, or more safety area. Okay, so let's start with the VMS. So here we have a VMS with artificial intelligence, has been certified by the ISO 27001, and then also was the Red Dot Smart Product winner in 2021. Okay, so let me explain you what is the difference between traditional VMS and a VMS with artificial intelligence. A traditional VMS, basically what it does, it records 24/7, okay? And then what you can do is you can connect as many analytics as are integrated with that VMS. But in order to, so one side you have to buy the video management license, and on the other side you have to buy the analytics license, okay? A VMS with artificial intelligence, basically, I mean, is kind of like a bundle package, okay? So you have the video management software, so you can record 24/7, and then also you can manage the video recordings of all the different cameras that are connected. Since it has artificial intelligence, basically what it does is auto classifies the objects as you are recording. So whenever it detects a human, it will classify it as a human. It will classify the face, so you can record the face. Also will record the gender, if it's female or if it's a male. Also will record the type of clothing, if it's wearing short, long trousers, short-sleeved shirt or a t-shirt, a cap, and so on, the color of the clothing. So all this is being done automatically, okay? And then also will be done with vehicles. Whenever it detects a vehicle, we'll classify it as a vehicle, we'll record the license plate number, we'll record the color of the vehicle, the type of vehicle, and in some countries, the model of the vehicle. Okay, so with all this information is being done automatically. So, and also this VMS includes on the price 4 different analytics. So you have the perimeter surveillance, face recognition, license plate recognition, and sound analytics, okay? So all this is bundled, so it's kind of like a package. So for the price of the VMS license, you have the smart video management system the recording with artificial intelligence, and the analytics, okay? So it makes much more competitive than a traditional VMS, and also brings a lot of more intelligence. So from the forensic search point of view, it is a much easier management solution than a traditional VMS, okay? Also, this solution, what you can do always, as long as the person that you are interested on following, always as long as that person is on the field of view of the cameras, what you can do is you can do tracking. That means that you can track down how that person is moving inside the facilities. Earlier on, we also say that these analytics also have the sound analytics. Sound analytics are for example, when the fire alarm turns on, when emergency door alarm turns on, when there is people yelling, there is shots, gunshots. So we have pre-recorded some specific sounds. So whenever the camera detects any of those sounds, automatically will generate an alarm. Also, one of the good things, or one of the key advantages of this VMS, it is that also what you can do is you can analyze the images on real time, or you can work offline. So for example, imagine that you don't have any analytics pre-configured on any of the cameras, but something happened on that camera, what you can do is later on, you can pre-configure like a line crossing or, for example, a face recognition or license plate recognition. And then you can also analyze the images offline. So from recorded images, okay? Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, this is the architecture on how this solution can work. We can go with our own cameras. The good thing about our own cameras is that include the analytics and the recording is embedded into the camera. So as for the recording, you can have 30, 60, 90, or 120 days. So since everything runs embedded into the camera, you will not need any servers. So you can connect directly the camera through a router and directly to the cloud. And then you can access to the images on real time or to the recordings through any device that is connected to the internet. Now, in case that we go to a project where the cameras are already deployed and the customer doesn't want to change the cameras, we can also do it. The only thing is that you will need to install what we call it the cloud connector, which is a server where the analytics and the recording will be done, and that server will be connected through the cloud, or if it's not authorized, we can work without the cloud, okay? So with any device that is connected on the same network as the server, or with any, in case that we go through the cloud with any device that is connected to the internet, we will be able to access to the recordings or to real-time image of the cameras. Okay, here I'm gonna show you a video on how this solution, the Smart Search, works.
In uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out,
Okay, now we're gonna carry on with the second solution, which is the face recognition. Okay, here we can offer a solution that we can guarantee a 99.87% of accuracy on non-covered faces or wild faces. So that means faces without face mask. We have our own API, and then also, so you can, this is a solution that can work standalone, or you can use the SDK in case that you wanted to integrate it with an existing VMS or an existing platform. Can work on-premise or on the cloud. It is compatible with all the main operating systems with Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS. It is certified by the NIST, okay, and is one of the fastest on detecting. And then also from the computing requirements, it is one of the solutions with less requirements needed. Okay, so here, for example, this solution, I mean, this is kind of like an access control device, which includes a 3D camera, infrared lighting, microphone, and a speaker. Each one of these devices can support a database of 20,000 users. It is compatible with all the main access control platforms, OSDP and WIGAN, can detect tailgating. So in case that someone is trying to access the facility right after a person that is authorized, but the person behind is not authorized, the system is gonna record all the faces. So all those people that is not authorized is gonna record the face and automatically is gonna generate an alarm and say, okay, this person accessed the building through this gate at this time, and then will generate an alarm, okay? Can work indoors or outdoors. So as we say, we have the infrared lighting for adverse lighting conditions, so we can monitor the face. And then also has the 3D camera allow us to detect when someone is trying to supplant the identity of a person. So for example, if someone comes with a picture or with a video, the device is capable of distinguishing between a real and an unreal face. Okay. So here I'm gonna show you a video how this solution works. Okay. Okay, so this is the device. It's about 11 centimeters by 11 centimeters, so it's quite small. So whenever it detects a person, automatically you have the green square. As you can see, it's very fast. You can grant access like around 30 to 35 people per minute. Okay, so you have the infrared lighting here. So on adverse lighting conditions, you can also work. Well, here is we saw it how the tailgating works. So whenever a person is not authorized, the red box comes automatically. The setup is very easy. I mean, you just need to okay. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next solution, which is the perimeter surveillance solutions. Here we can offer two solutions. We have the what we call a Sentinel. This is a long range detection. So we can detect like around 400 to 500 meters, depending on the camera model and then depending also on the resolution. We use this for very long perimeters projects. And the key advantage is the detection range is so long that we can reduce the number of cameras like around 20 to 30% comparing to some other solutions available on the market. So when you reduce the number of cameras, you just don't save on the cameras, on the cost of cameras, but also you save a lot of money on the civil work. Okay, so you need less poles, you need less civil work, less cabling. The computing infrastructure is much smaller. So that is what makes us more very competitive compared to some other solutions available on the market. The bad thing about this solution is that whenever you detect at such a long range, the size of the object is so small that we don't have enough pixels on the image to be able to auto classify it. So is not so smart as, for example, the perimeter lookout. The perimeter lookout is a solution which has artificial intelligence, and then will be able to auto-classify the objects as you are monitoring the image. Okay, so whenever it detects a human, will classify as a human. Whenever you detect a vehicle, will classify as a vehicle, and then will discriminate all those objects that are not interesting for us, such as animals, insects on the lens, light changes, vegetation movements, raindrops on the lens, shadows, and so on. Okay, so this solution we use it for, let's call it the high security areas. The detection range, of course, it is much shorter because we need to have more pixels on the object in order to be able to classify. But on the other hand, it's very accurate solution. We barely have any false alarms with this solution. Both solutions, the Sentinel and the Perimeter Lookout, both of them are compatible with all the main VMSs available on the market, with Milestone, Genetec, Goiterbrook, Idis, Pelco, Avigilon, Cathay 6, Latitude, Axis Camera Station. So we are integrated with all the main VMSs available on the market. And then also we are, I mean, from the Perimeter Lookout, we can work with any camera always as long as it is an IP camera and also has an HD resolution, minimum resolution. And as for the Sentinel, we usually work with thermal imaging cameras in order to be able to detect at such a long range. And then we are compatible with all the main thermal camera brands: FLIR, Axis, Mobotics, Hikvision, Dahua, Hanwha, Pelco, Avigilon, Bosch. So all the main camera manufacturers we are integrated with. Here I'm going to show you just a video on how this solution works. So here you can see it is, we are classifying the objects. That is this lady, which is going with the dog. The animal is not being detected, so we discriminate it. And then as you can see, I mean, auto classify all the objects that are on the field of view of the camera. So this will be the perimeter lookout with artificial intelligence. And then on the other side, we have the thermal imaging. So here, as you can see, for example, the camera is very shaky on the center screen or the center image. And then on the other ones that you can see that is very low contrast and still the solution is detecting. Now we're going to move to the next solution, which is the Coast Guard. This is the marine surveillance. So here we use this solution to detect on the shadow, on the radar shadow area. Well, I mean, as you know, most of the radars, they have kind of like a shadow area, which is like around 1 to 3 miles away from the radar. So what we do is we cover that area, and then also we cover a small boats or small vessels or rubber boats, which the radar is not capable of detecting. Okay. One of the good things about this is that also does not generate false alarms by the waves or by the reflections on the waves. We can position the objects with UTM or GPS coordinates. So, and also we can position on the map of the radar. It is integrated with all the main VMSs, and the solution can work with fixed or PTC cameras, both of them. Okay. We can detect large and small vessels and then floating objects. I mean, depending on the size of the object, the detection range might be longer or shorter. Okay. Here is a video on how this solution works. So as you can see here, we are detecting, we are figuring out the GPS coordinates, and then we take those coordinates and we send it to the PTC camera for auto tracking and verification. And as you can see, the lower screen, you can see that the camera is moving from one target to the other. And then depending on how far the object is from the camera is giving a different zoom, and also the targets are on the center of the image. So for the operator, it's much easier to identify and to track down the objects. Okay, now we're gonna move to the safety solutions. Okay, we would like to start with the flame monitoring. The flame monitoring is a solution that we use for the oil and gas industry. So basically here what we do is we are monitoring that we are making sure that all the stacks on the oil fields are whenever there is a flame, if it's on or if it's off. And then also we can analyze the size of the flame. And then also we can detect when the flame is off, if the stack is venting gas into the atmosphere. As you know, most of the gases that these stacks emitted to the atmosphere are toxic, so we need to also to detect when these gas are emitting. Okay, can work with fixed or PTC cameras. We use thermal imaging cameras to monitor these flames, so that allow us to go very far away from the stack. And then also we can monitor the flames from non-explosive area. So we can go outside the non-explosive area. So this also give us a competitive advantage because we don't need to put the non-explosive housing or cabling. As I say, we can work with fixed or PTC cameras. The solution is integrated with all the main VMSs, and then can also run embedded into Axis cameras. So we will not need any server on all. Okay. The next solution that we would like to discuss or to introduce to you is the substation or the transformer monitor. This is a solution that we use to monitor all key components on power substations. Here, what we're doing is we are monitoring all the key components, and then we are comparing with each other so we can see exactly which one of them is overheating. And then what we can do is we can predict a failure, or we can anticipate to a problem. Okay, so this is very cost effective because simply you are monitoring 24 hours, 7 days a week, all the key components. You can anticipate the problems, so you are saving on spare parts, and then also you're saving on repairing, and then also you're saving on traveling expenses, on crew, maintenance crew staff. Okay, this solution we need for this kind of solution we use radiometric cameras. And then the solution can work with fixed or PTC cameras. And then what you can do is you can analyze the images on real time, or also you can analyze offline. So whenever we record the image, we record it with all the temperature metadata. So you will be able to be able to know exactly the temperature of each one of the objects. Okay. Another solution that we would like to introduce you is the temp threshold. This is a fire detection solution. Basically, here what we're doing is we are monitoring the whole image of the whole field of view of the camera, and then what we do is we set up the system to detect any objects that are over a specific temperature. On top of that, also what we do is we are analyzing the behavior of those objects that have reached a specific temp threshold. So what does it mean? I mean, in most of the industrial scenarios, there is a lot of machinery, there is a lot of people moving around, and there is a lot of objects moving around. So sometimes the machinery might be at the same temp threshold as we have set up the analytics for. So when we say we analyze the behavior, means that, for example, a leaf fork has usually stays on a very fixed temperature, doesn't increase radically. The size of the hotspot does not increase, and then also it is moving around the field of view of the camera. Okay. Meanwhile, whenever we are monitoring a fire, the fire increases the temperature very rapidly, increases the size very rapidly, and stays fixed on a specific point. So this is what I mean by analyzing the behavior. We do a double analysis, and then that can guarantee us to be very accurate and very efficient on the detection, so we cannot generate any false alarms. Okay. So here I'm going to show you a video on how this solution works. This is a demo that we did with a biomass plant. And then we're going to move to the personal protective equipment monitoring. So this is a solution that basically what we do is we are guaranteeing, or we are monitoring and making sure that all the workers, before they enter into the facilities, all of them are wearing the safety equipment, such as helmets, protective gloves, protective ear, some ear protection, glass protection, or eye protection, protective boots, reflecting vest, and so on. And then also what we can do is we can monitor on the work area. Okay, so this we can do it for the access control, and then also we can do it on the work area. We can guarantee a 98% on the helmet, 98% on reflecting vest, 98% on protective gloves, boots on 90%, safety glasses 90%, ear protector 95. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. And then also what we can do is we can do people tracking. So in case that there is any accident, we can know exactly where is the position of each one of our employees inside the facility. So in case that we need to evacuate, or in case that someone is injured, we know exactly the location of that specific person. Here, I would like to share some of the success cases that we have implemented on so far. So on the law, on defense and law enforcement, we have worked with the FBI, with the VMS, with artificial intelligence, with the NATO headquarters. We have done the access control. With the Royal Air Force of Saudi Arabia, we are responsible for the perimeter surveillance of all the facilities. Rota military base, which is a Spanish, US Navy, Air Force, and Army military base on South of Spain. We do all the perimeter surveillance. We are also responsible for the perimeter surveillance of the Spanish Air Force. And then also we do the perimeter surveillance of all the Airbus plants, manufacturing plants here in Spain. On the oil and gas, we work with Saudi Aramco, also with the perimeter surveillance. With CEPSA, which is the largest oil company here in Spain, we are responsible for all the security. On the critical infrastructures with EMEA, we are responsible for the perimeter surveillance of the Madrid International Airport, which is a 65-kilometer perimeter. This is Trillo nuclear plant, which is one of these 5 nuclear plants that we have in Spain. And then we are also responsible for all the security. The port of Valencia, which is the largest port on the Mediterranean by container traffic, we are responsible for monitoring all the anchor area. Port of Porto in Portugal, Palace of the Emir of Qatar, which is the Al Wahba Palace. We are also responsible for the security. On telecommunications company, we work with AT&T, Etisalat on the Emirates, Telefonica in Spain and South America, Facebook in the US, Hitachi Vantara in the US. Also, we work with them. So this will be pretty much everything that we can offer for critical infrastructures. Here are my contact details. So in case that you need to contact me, you can reach me by the phone, or you can send me an email. In case that you want to request a demo of any of the solutions that we just saw you here today, you can do it through our website, or you can write me an email. And this will be pretty much all the solutions that we can offer. So in case that you have any questions, you can activate your chat, or what you can do is you can activate your microphone, and please, I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. No one has any questions? Just to remind you that we will be sending on the next couple of days, we will be sending a copy of the presentation and also a link to the video. So in case that you want to review it, you will be able to review it again. And then also as for the licenses can be perpetual, and also you can have a subscription model. So depending on the project, I mean, you can choose any of those. It is neat. Okay, Tarek is asking if any training is needed after the setup. I mean, what we will do is, I mean, usually whenever we do the setup, we stay connected with the system for let's say a couple of weeks, or depending on the number of cameras, for a period of time, and just readjusting and making. And I mean, the system learns by itself, especially the artificial intelligence solutions. But I mean, usually what we do is we train the system right after the setup, and we get connected for a couple of weeks, or depending on the size, for maximum 1 month, and then we leave the system fine-tuned. What about the update? Usually, I mean, usually what we do is we sell the license, and then whenever you buy the perpetual license, you have a small maintenance fee. This small maintenance fee covers all the updates. Any more questions? Yes, Tarek is asking if you can have this PowerPoint. Yes, we will be sending this PowerPoint on the next couple of days, so you will have a copy of it. Okay, in case that there is no questions from your side, I mean, once again, thank you very much for attending to today's webinar. I hope this information that we share with you was interesting, and then for your clients and for your projects. As I said, here you have my contact details, so in case that you need to get in touch with me, please feel free to do so. And well, thank you very much again. And then let's keep in touch. Bye-bye.